The salvage yard on station Kepler 442 stretched for kilometers, a graveyard of failed experiments and discontinued technologies from 100 different species. Anna walked through the narrow aisles, her worn boots crunching on metal shavings, while Oliver examined a datapad listing the day's auction items. Lot 47, the Vrexian auctioneer announced, its translucent appendages gesturing dismissively toward a cluster of small, spherical devices. Prototype maintenance drones. Defective processing cores. Cannot follow complex commands. Take them. They're useless and free. The other bidders, a Corvathian merchant, 2 selenite traders, and a Plutonian engineer, didn't even glance at the lot. They were here for the military-grade equipment, the rare minerals, the things that held obvious value. Anna stopped walking. She tilted her head, studying the drones with the same careful attention she gave everything. Oliver had seen that look before. It usually meant trouble, or at least an argument with their ship's accountant about unnecessary acquisitions. Anna, Oliver warned quietly. We're here for the plasma couplers, remember? We don't need— Look at them, Anna interrupted, crouching beside the drones. There were 12 of them, each no larger than a human head covered in dust and dents. Their optical sensors were dim, barely glowing. They're not broken. They're just misunderstood, Oliver sighed. 3 years of partnership, and he still couldn't predict when Anna would decide something needed saving. The auctioneer literally called them useless. To the Vrexians, maybe. Anna picked up one of the drones, turning it over in her hands. Its casing was warm, a faint vibration indicating some form of active processing. Their species thinks in hierarchical command structures, linear processing. But these little guys, she tapped the curved surface gently, these are designed for adaptive learning. They're not defective, they're just too independent for Vrexian tastes. The auctioneer's main eye swiveled toward them with what might have been annoyance. Human, if you wish to claim the refuse, sign the disposal form. Otherwise, move along. We'll take them, Anna said, standing up with the drone still cradled in her arms. Oliver closed his eyes briefly, already calculating the cargo space this would consume. All 12? All 12. 3 months later, the Wandering Star hummed with activity that had nothing to do with its human crew. The drones, Anna had named them naturally because she named everything, had integrated themselves into the ship's operations with an enthusiasm that bordered on alarming. Pip handled navigation recalibrations. Dot monitored the hydroponics bay. Z had appointed itself chief of life support maintenance. I don't understand it, Oliver admitted, watching as Whir and Spinner coordinated to repair a coolant leak that would have taken him hours to fix alone. The Vrexians spent millions developing these, and they just threw them away? Anna was in the cargo bay, sitting cross-legged on the floor while 6 drones hovered around her in a loose formation. She was teaching them music, playing old Earth songs from her portable speaker and watching how they responded to different rhythms and melodies. They threw them away because the drones wouldn't follow orders, Anna explained without looking up. A Vrexian engineer would say, repair the engine and expect it done exactly as specified. But these drones would repair the engine, then notice the environmental controls were inefficient and fix those too, then reorganize the tool storage for better accessibility. She smiled as Dot bobbed along to a particularly upbeat song. They didn't fail. They succeeded too much in ways their creators didn't want. Oliver sat down beside her, and immediately Pip drifted over to scan him, its daily health check routine. He'd stopped being annoyed by it after the drone detected his appendicitis 2 weeks before it became critical. The Corvathians would have scrapped them for parts, Oliver said. The Selenites would have melted them down. Even we almost left them there. But we didn't. Anna reached up and Z settled gently into her palm, its optical sensor brightening. That's the thing about humans, Oliver. We're really good at seeing potential where others see trash. We're excellent at finding value in the discarded, the rejected, the things that don't fit the mold. A soft chime echoed through the cargo bay, Spinner alerting them to an incoming transmission. Speaking of which, Oliver said, pulling up the message on his wrist display. His eyebrows rose. It's from the Galactic Engineering Consortium. They're asking about our unprecedented improvements in ship efficiency and maintenance response times. Apparently, our vessel is performing 30% above standard for its class. Anna laughed, the sound echoing warmly in the metal space. Should we tell them our secret? That we're running on 12 defective drones that someone literally gave away for free? That we're running on 12 brilliant little minds who just needed someone to appreciate what they could do instead of what they couldn't? Were chirped. It was the closest the drone came to expressing happiness and performed a small loop in the air. Oliver leaned back against a cargo crate, watching the drones dance to Anna's music. You know, there's a Vrexian saying, efficiency is conformity. And there's a human saying, Anna countered, one person's trash is another person's treasure. She looked at Oliver, her eyes bright with satisfaction. But I prefer the version I just made up. What others throw away, humans bring home. 6 months later, the Wandering Star received an emergency distress call from a mining colony on the edge of Vrexian space. Environmental systems failing. Life support critical. 3 hours of breathable air remaining. The colony was 8 hours away at maximum speed for any official rescue vessel. Oliver plotted the jump coordinates while Anna stood in the cargo bay, surrounded by all 12 drones. You hear that? She asked them softly. People who need help. People who might die if no one comes. The drone's optical sensors brightened in unison. They understood. They'd been left to die once too. Pip, can you optimize our jump calculations? Dot, prepare medical supplies. C, start prefabricating emergency life support units. Everyone else, you know what to do. The drones scattered in a coordinated burst of movement that would have made a Vrexian engineer weep at its beautiful chaos. Anna, Oliver called from the bridge. The system says we can make it there in 4 hours if we push the engines to 140% capacity. And that would burn out half our systems. Normally, yes. He grinned. But Whir says it can keep everything running if Spinner handles the heat distribution and Buzz manages the power flow. They've been preparing for this. Anna joined him on the bridge, watching the drones work through the monitor feeds. They moved like a symphony, each one anticipating the other's needs, compensating for problems before they fully developed, pushing the ship beyond what its original designers ever thought possible. The Vrexians said they were useless, Oliver murmured. The Vrexians were wrong. Anna gripped the armrest as the ship lurched into jump space, and we're going to prove it. They arrived at the mining colony in 3 hours and 47 minutes. The drones had the environmental systems repaired in 22 minutes. All 73 colonists survived. In the quiet of the cargo bay that night, after the gratitude and the questions and the amazed stares from the Vrexian colonists who couldn't believe their defective technology had saved them, Anna sat with the 12 drones arranged around her in a circle. You know what makes humans special? She said softly. It's not that we're stronger or smarter or more advanced than other species. It's that we look at something the entire galaxy has dismissed, something everyone says is worthless and broken and useless. She paused, touching each drone gently as it passed. And we say, I disagree. Come with me. Let's find out what you're really capable of. 12 optical sensors glowed warmly in the darkness, and if machines could feel loved, these ones surely did. Outside the ship, the stars wheeled silently on, witnesses to an old human truth playing out once more, that sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones everyone else was too blind to see.